Hey Cancer, how's it going? I got some messages for you from the Oracle, and I saw like one of those construction fences, those temporary construction yard fences that are just like orange, sort of almost like fabric, like just that has like all those holes in it, but it's just made out of just this orange floppy plastic stuff, and they unroll it just to sort of demark like a temporary construction site. Maybe they're fixing a fire hydrant or something like that, and it's just to bring your attention that there's some work going on. And around the center of this section of fence, it just split and was like a mouth going up and down. And I got the feeling of like a guard dog barking. I didn't hear any barking, but I just got the vibe that there was like some sort of guard dog thing. So these orange fences aren't really there to protect the construction site. They're more to protect people from the construction site. They're really there just to bring your attention to the fact that maybe there's like a hole in the sidewalk or something like that. They're, just bright orange and just temporarily placed there. So maybe your attention needs to be brought to something, or there's some type of guardian spirit that wants to work with you, some type of protective energy that wants to help you or to bring your attention to something. Because I got another thing, it just kind of came out of nowhere. It was like kind of like a board meeting or something, or just some type of meeting of like a company. And there's this blonde woman talking, and she was pondering some problem and said, like this was some type of revelation that this might be happening to other companies. So maybe there's something going on that you think is a unique problem and you can't figure out the root of this issue, but then a simple realization that, oh wait, this might not be a unique problem. This could be a widespread problem. This could be like a systemic issue. This could be something that a lot of people are dealing with. So maybe we can strike out at this problem from those angles, or maybe we'll find that there's like an abundance of help and assistance we can easily attain right now because there are other people also dealing with this. Perhaps they've found a solution and can offer the solution to us, or something like that. But this idea that like you're not alone in whatever this problem is, that this, if it is a problem, it could be something positive. It felt like a concern though to this person in this vision. It was like they were just pondering something. It didn't feel like an emergency or anything, but it felt like something that needs to be dealt with or something that needs to be addressed. And it felt like an aha moment, like, oh, this is happening to other companies, or this might be happening to other companies. And it was like this eureka moment that feels like it might bring some relief to the situation, because then I pulled an I Ching hexagram and I got relief for you. Hexagram 40 with a changing line, the second line, so it changes to hexagram 16, which is delight. So relief, it's alleviation, it's finding the source of a hardship and eliminating it. After hardship, relief follows. So you've probably finished with something difficult, with some problem, or you're about to find the solution and apply it, and you're going to enter this phase of relief, which gives you a moment, some time for rest and recuperation. In order to get this relief, you've either had to or you are doing something. Danger or a problem creates motion, and then that motion eliminates the danger. You do something to address the issue. The issue creates activity. That activity, if applied appropriately, solves the issue. So you are either doing that now, or you have just done that and removed this problem. And now is a time for like pardoning and forgiveness of mistakes and misdeeds, because the obstacle's removed. The main thing here is to determine why was the obstacle or that problem there to begin with. When we find what it was, because it's removed and not a problem anymore, or shortly will not be a problem anymore, it's easy to, just take the time and recognize our misdeeds or other people's misdeeds and just smooth them over, forgive them, move on. And now is like a good energy to do that. Now, a good time to like do that. It'll be easy peasy kind of forgiveness and smoothing over of the issue. And here we have still this idea that caution must still be maintained with this second changing line here. There's this idea that if there's somewhere to go and nowhere to return to, go now. That brings good fortune. If there's nowhere to go, but somewhere to return to, then return, and it will bring good fortune. Basically what this means is do the sure thing. This doesn't necessarily mean literally somewhere to go or literally a place to return to, although it could be about traveling or returning somewhere. But this is about taking appropriate action, taking the known route, the route that you know will have a good result, and not to gamble on unknowns at this time. Because the known results, the known action, the sure thing, so to speak, is going to solve this issue, or it's going to carry you down the road further, it's going to enable you to take your next steps, whatever it is. The known thing is better than the unknown thing at this time. And you need to be aware of, but this isn't a big problem because the energy is there for you to really clamp down on this, but you need to be aware of tricksters. This second line in this hexagram kind of represents a fox, which is like a trickster spirit, and the problem solving here is capturing or banishing the trickster, is getting rid of that trickster energy, seeing through deception, eliminating some type of trickery, some type of deception. That is the motion that eliminates the danger. That is the relief that cures the hardship, or the thing that brings relief. The thing that eliminates the hardship is this banishing of tricksters. And then this gives you the time to rest and nourish yourself, relax. This second line here also represents, if you change this second line here, rather, these bottom three lines become the element of earth. So here we have the elements are thunder over rain, rain changing to earth. So this is like a thunderstorm that brings clarity, because after a thunderstorm, the air and the skies are cleaner and clearer, and everything is refreshed, and the earth is rejuvenated with water, with both yin and yang energy, the yin energy of water that nourishes the soil, and the yang energy of the thunder and the vibration that nourishes other forms of life. And so being like the earth at this time, to receive nourishment, to rest, to be like the yin and receive the yang, is ideal at this time. It will really help you just recuperate and get ready for whatever comes next. And maybe the color gold or yellow is significant for you at this time, because in the Chinese alchemical tradition, the color gold or yellow represents the earth. So since your changing line changes this to the element of earth, maybe some color therapy with surrounding yourself with gold tones might be helpful at this time. I don't know. But let's pull some cards for you. Let's find an aspect of life that you need to focus on. We'll develop this reading further. What does Cancer need to know? Oh, landed upside down. Let's spin that coin again. What does Cancer need to know? Okay, we have a little symbol of a descending dove, the baptism. Now again, very receptive energy here. The yin receiving the yang. This is descending yang energy. This is like that spiritual energy descending down to the earth to purify it. Wow, this is exactly the I Ching hexagram of thunder over rain and changing to the earth. This is extremely commensurate. So basically we have strong spiritual energy descending down into you, and in a form of catharsis is purifying. There's this forgiveness, there's this remedying of mistakes, pardoning of mistakes and misdeeds, clearing out of old energies, being refreshed and bolstered with new spiritual energies, receiving that nourishment from the heavens. So let's pull some cards for you. What does Cancer need to know about this baptism? The Six of Cups. All right. So here we have the Six of Cups. At the bottom in this deck it says pleasure. So maybe resting and rejuvenating here at this time is with some friends, with your family, maybe just with some good memories, or maybe just nourishing your inner child here. This could be you giving new life, new meaning, and new importance to your inner child, of nourishing, that perhaps however you were when you were a child. Maybe you had a more pure sense of wonder or innocence, more open-mindedness, open-heartedness, something like that, or some sort of sense of adventure, or maybe your childhood personality was a lot different than that. But at this time you might want to think about your inner child and how you could nourish that. Do some finger painting, play some games, go outside and blow some soap bubbles. I don't know. Now would be a good time to introduce some playful, childish energy into your life, and I think you'll find that maybe you are the yang energy, your inner child is the yin. You are the spirit bringing the baptism to your inner child, bringing your mental energy to your inner child and imbuing, new life into your inner child. That would be fruitful at this time. If you have somewhere to go, perhaps the place to go is your inner child. Perhaps if the place to return to is your inner child. It's a known. It's not gambling on an unknown. You know how you were when you were a kid. You know what was good about it and what was bad about it, about your personality, and the doors it opened for you and the way it helped you think and feel. And now's the time to maybe return to your inner child. All right, let's pull another card for you. Purity. I think Sagittarius got this yesterday. I think Sagittarius got Six of Cups in reverse too. Purity here. This is sort of catharsis. Again, this is that dove descending from heaven. This is that baptism. Yeah, there is like some sense of purity that you've regained. Perhaps there was something in your life that was causing problems due to like an impurity. There was some maybe astral impurities that you had that you have cleansed. There's some hard work in that when we recognize a lot of faults or habits or something that we have, and just noticing them, putting our attention on them can be enough to purify them, to be like, oh, wow, I noticed this thing. I don't know how to purify my soul of this or my astral body of this. What do? Well, you've already done it. Just by noticing it over a few days, few weeks, few months, it kind of just dissolves itself because you're aware of it, and now you are conscious of it, and so your consciousness automatically starts to purify it, like sunlight purifying something left outside, left out in the open sun, gets purified with the solar radiation. And so I think maybe you're purifying your inner child as well, and that has solved this problem, that has brought this relief. Maybe there is some childhood trauma or wounds from your past that you have finally recognized were leading to perhaps unsavory behavior or undesirable outcomes for you, and you finally did the consciousness work where you noticed all of that and purified it. You baptized yourself. You transmuted this energy for yourself, and that can take a lot out of us. That can like kind of reset the nervous system, and then we need to usually rest afterward. After a big catharsis, a big purification, we can go through a lot of different stages of emotions, and then we need to rest and recuperate after that. And just receive that spiritual energy from on high, and take it easy for a while. You know, like you've done a lot of good on yourself, for yourself, or maybe for someone else, but whatever this is, you accomplished something really great here that's been very, very beneficial. And so now you just need to take a beat, take some time to yourself. I'm going to pull one last thing for you, Cancer, round this reading out. A token here. What does Cancer need to know? Okay, we got the prison. Dun, dun, dun. So yeah, these are just some prison bars here, and the cube up at the top there. The prison. So yeah, you may have been feeling stuck. Maybe you need to take some rest. Maybe you have to like put yourself in prison for a while. Maybe you want to continue being active right now. It's like, oh, this hardship ended, now I can move on and do something new. And maybe you need to just enforce some rest for yourself. Choose, like, actually, you know what, I need to take a couple days, a vacation, whatever it is, and confine yourself to your house, or confine yourself to not performing too much strenuous activity. Especially if this is as something as literal as like an injury that you've had that you are now relieved from, to get back to work or to start vigorous activity again so soon after recovery, or maybe before your recovery is entirely finished, would be a bad idea, and you might need to just restrain yourself from activity at this time. For other people, this prison here could just represent like that one last thing that you need to deal with. There's still that trickster energy that needs to be captured and banished, perhaps imprisoned and controlled. Especially if that trickster energy might be useful to you in the future, because some tricksters are not evil, they're just sort of neutral, and you can learn through deception, by experiencing deception. You can learn from that experience. So this could be like capturing the memory of this trickster and keeping it with you. When we have the Six of Cups coming out, this makes me think of like creating a memory or preserving a memory coupled with the prison. It's like you need to remember why this problem happened and not forget it. It's like memorializing this last chapter of your life. Maybe write a really good journal entry about it. Maybe just commit it to memory in some way. Get a symbolic tattoo. Only if you're into that sort of thing. But yeah, I'm getting this vibe of memorializing what has happened, so that you can call upon this lesson whenever you need it, and it could become a source of fuel for your future endeavors. But just make sure you take the time to rest and recuperate for now. I think that's the most important thing here. But I see smooth sailing from here on out. You're going to capture or banish those trickster energies if you haven't already. And this is basically like, yeah, you cleared out. If you're worrying or thinking about whether or not something was cleared out, it's cleared out. Just be aware that, make sure it's 100% cleared out. There might be a little bit of debris that still needs to be brushed away. A little bit of trickster energy that needs to be, oh, I see you, illuminated. But for the most part, you've really accomplished something great here. And you can either return to the known thing or step forward to the known thing. And don't gamble on unknowns. And you'll have success in that. All right, Cancer. I think that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by and hanging out with me. I always appreciate it. I wish you all the best, and I'll see you next time.